Hi, this is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils, Health Matters, and Living the Wholesome Life, and we are on week 18, day 3 of our Positive Peaceful Growth Affirmations. We are following Dr. Susan Lawton's Positive Peaceful Growth Calendar that you can get at Aroma Tools or Oil Life. It's an amazing calendar that combines positive affirmations, music therapy, and essential oils. So if you love those 3 things, you're going to want to buy the book. Not very expensive at all. Okay, so the affirmation for this week is, everything is working out well for me. Have you been waking up saying that? Have you been waking up, everything is working out well for me? Yesterday we talked about kind of getting our game plan on. We also talked about how God can make everything work for our good. Okay, today we're going to be talking about some other little aspects on everything is working out well for me. So the affirmation for today is, I am focused on moving forward. As we're heading into the new year, right? It's January. It's still the month of new beginnings. And actually, whatever month you're viewing this, whatever day you're viewing this, it can be a day of new beginnings. I know that we're celebrating Martin Luther King Day on this coming Monday. Caleb, tell me about Martin Luther King. Is today the day that he said his I Have a Dream speech?
Today is his birthday.
Oh, today is his birthday. Today we are actually talking about, we're actually posting this on Martin Luther King's birthday. Caleb is like the,
by the way.
wait?
King Jr.
Oh, that's right. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. Caleb is the major historian in our family. He has a mind like a trap that just remembers details like that. So you'll often hear me referring back to Caleb, like, Caleb, remind me of this or that. Anyway, so going forward on, I am focused on moving forward. Don't you feel like that is what Martin Luther King Jr. focused on? He focused on his dream and getting to his dream. He didn't get bogged down in the past. He didn't get bogged down, things have always been this way. Things can't change. I love that. Anyway, maybe we'll put a clip on that. I don't know if you've ever seen, getting totally off tangent here, I don't know if you've ever seen Studio C's but that's like an nah. We don't need to get stuck in our past. We're not going to get stuck in our past. We're going to move forward. We're going to have dreams. We're going to follow our dreams. We're going to make our dreams into reality. Okay? And so the whole focus is today is letting go of the past, not ruminating on the past, not getting stuck in the past, but seeing our dreams, getting a clear vision of where we want to go, right? 2020, perfect vision, following the vision of where we want to go and moving forward. Now, I don't know if today you are going to be baby stepping forward like What About Bob does. That movie. Anyway, where he's so afraid of everything and he just takes little baby steps toward conquering his fears and letting go of his problems. I don't know if you are going to take a running leap today and just totally do a clean sweep of the past and move on, turning a whole new page, writing a whole new story. I don't know what your intention is today, but whatever your intention is today, we can move forward, not back. Okay, so that's our affirmation for today. I am focused on moving forward. And I'm going to be posting like one of my favorite talks on that in the comments, and a couple of my favorite talks on that in the comments. Okay, the affirmation that I have, the affirmation for the whole entire week when we're focusing on everything is working out well for me is the song I'm Loving Life, and then the lyrics that kind of go through that song too, and Life is Loving Me, is by the Jive Aces, which is one of the #1 jive bands in Great Britain. If you've never really heard jive music, never danced to jive music, never cleaned to jive music, you might just want to try putting that song on, because it's a super uplifting, feel-good song that you might think of from like the 30s and 40s. That side, that's the song that we're pairing for the whole entire week, but I actually have another song that's really resonating with me when it comes to I am focused on moving forward. And this is a song that I often connect things with music, and often get through some of the problems I'm having with music, and remind myself where my where my dreams are, and where I want to go with music. So as I'm thinking of I am focused on moving forward, there is one song that just instantly popped to my mind, and that's because I'm really I'm a child of the 60s, but I was a teenager in the 80s, and there was this song when I was in high school that was called, it's by Matthew Wilder, and it's called Break My Stride. And I'll put it in the comments for you just in case you've never heard it. And the song kind of goes, ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Nah, oh no, I've got to keep on moving. Anyway, so today, we are not letting anything break our stride. We're not letting anything kind of pull us out of our lane. One of my sisters, who I just call the Queen of Love because she's amazing. Anyway, one of my sister's favorite sayings is hold your road, right? We are going to set our intention. We are going to, like, maybe your intention today is to lead with love. That's totally my intention for all of 2020, is just to lead with love. Anyway, and so we're going to have lots of things that are going to try to pull us out of our road, and we're not going to let the little like bumper cars that kind of try to bump us one way or another. We're not going to let that happen today. We are going to hold our road. Yeah, if we get a little bump and we move somewhere, kind of crash into the wall, whatever, that's okay. We are going to get back on our road, and we are going to keep moving forward. Whatever the problems that we have experienced in our lives, whatever things we have done in our lives that maybe we've had to repent of, we are going to repent of whatever we need to repent of. We are going to repair as much as we can the damages, and we are going to see that as a speed bump in our road, not as one of those major road barriers where we have to stop. We are not going to let anything stop us as we are moving forward toward our dreams. Okay, so that's the affirmations today, and I've already told you the song that's totally pairing with me, which is Break My Stride. Anyway, and the essential oil blend that we are diffusing for the whole week, as we're thinking about that everything's working out well for us and thinking of moving forward, is 2 drops of myrrh, which is the oil of mothering and nurturing. Just think of mom when you think of myrrh. And then 2 drops of spikenard, which is the oil of gratitude, and 2 drops of wild orange, which is the oil of abundance. Now today, since it's Wednesday, we are talking about the middle of those oils, which is spikenard. We're going to be going into only the emotional benefits of spikenard. On Friday, we'll be going into the physical benefits of each of those 3 oils. So the first thing you need to know about spikenard is it's a member of the valerian family. And if you are amazing with herbs, you know that valerian and members of the valerian family are very, very calming, very soothing. I just want to change the way I'm talking because it's just so soothing. Okay. One thing, if you love studying the Bible, which hopefully we all do, you know that spikenard was the oil that Mary anoints Christ's feet with before he's about to go into the atonement, and to die and be resurrected. So that's one of the oils that she used. Now, why did she use Spikenard for Christ? Why did she choose that oil to anoint Christ's feet with? I don't know. I think maybe only she knows, but I think there's a reason. I think there's a reason why myrrh and frankincense were given to the Christ child around his birth or young infanthood. And I do think that there's a reason that spikenard was an oil that was used to anoint his feet with and wash his feet with as he's going about to start into the atonement. Okay, so emotional benefits of spikenard. It's calming. It is a very grounding oil. It can help with courage. It is great for helping us let go of our fears that might be founded, might be unfounded, but do fears service? Well, I don't know. We're going to have to maybe think about that. What fears do we have that don't serve us at all? Can we let go of them and move forward? What fears do we have that are well-founded, that we need to come up with game plans and be prepared for maybe today or in our future, right? Because some fears do help us. Hey, you know what? You're going to have to retire someday. You might get your game plan on how you're going to work with, have money in the future. Or, whatever, you're going to have an exam that's coming up if you're in school. And so that concern is a valid concern. So our fears are either invalid, right? And then we need to know how to deal with those. Or our fears are valid, and then we need to come up with game plans. We need to have game plans actually for both. But spikenard is an essential oil that is very, very good for helping us release our fears, helping us get greater courage as we face the future. For that reason, spikenard can be very, very good and an excellent oil for those that struggle with anxiety. Spikenard, again, the releasing aspect this spikenard seems to have can help us release resentments for things that have happened to us in the past. Not only can it help us release resentments, it can also help us release anger and blame. If we tend to be people who blame others, if we tend to be people that don't really like looking at ourselves, and we tend to blame others for problems that we have, spikenard can help be a game-changing oil in that aspect. Spikenard, again, because it's so good at helping us release things, it's also called an oil of forgiveness. Now, I just wanted to give you a really quick mantra that you can do if you're struggling with forgiveness. You might just think of that, bring up the occasion, or the person that you're struggling to forgive, and just say, after we've done the repenting and the trying to build the bridges and they're trying to repair and all that stuff, sometimes we still have to do that mental, emotional work of trying to forgive. And I think that obviously we want to be pairing any forgiveness that we're doing with prayer. But a mantra that we can also be saying too is, all is well, I forgive. All is well, I am forgiving. Let's set that intention of who we are. Okay. Spikenard, again, it's the oil of gratitude, and it can help us address some old patterns of ingratitude and help us see our blessings more clearly. Not only that, but it can help us see that some of our challenges are actually blessings. Some of our challenges make us stronger. Some of our challenges make us smarter. Some of our challenges make us more compassionate, especially for other people who have challenges too. Some of our challenges bring us closer to God, right? And so we can be thankful for the challenges that we have in our lives. Spikenard is an oil when going back to that laying game that some people play, spikenard is an oil that is very, very useful for people who see themselves as targets of bad luck or victims of circumstances. Like, these are the people who really don't like to own, who tend to give their power away and really don't like to own their responsibility, I guess, in their own life and their power in their own life. You know, if we start owning, you know, what we could have done differently, then we can change. If we're always being the victims, then how can we change, right? We have to see ourselves as powerful people, as people who can learn from the past if we want to change. And Spikenard can help with that. Prayer. Always pairing, always pairing whatever intention we're trying to use the essential oils for with prayer, right? I thought I read this in a book and I thought it was very, very interesting. This is what they said about Spikenard. Spikenard is the emotional equivalent of packing up and leaving old ways of thinking and reacting behind. It's not about repair of attitudes or relationships. It's about doing a clean sweep emotionally and starting again. So if you have some old patterns that you're just trying to break, if you have addictions that you are trying to get rid of, if you have some friends that really have not, that tend to pull you in to bad paths, right? Sometimes if we want to go a different way, sometimes we have to part ways with people who tend to pull us in bad ways. So Spikenard can help with those times when you need a clean break. I might also think that it might help with times of divorce, right? Where you just need to start anew. Just kind of leave the past behind and start in a completely new direction. Maybe if you've just lost your job, a good time to use Spikenard. You're leaving an old path, you're starting a completely new path. I think Spikenard for that reason is a great oil. We're just completely leaving the old, a great oil to use as we head into this new year, right? It's a great oil to use to try to leave the things that we want that no longer serve us. May have served us well once, maybe didn't serve us well at all, but we're leaving those behind. We are choosing completely new paths. Okay. Okay, we all know again how Mary anointed Christ's feet with Spikenard essential oil as he was going into the atonement, going into the time where he was going to die and be resurrected, right? So for that reason, many people think that Spikenard is an amazing oil to use in times of transition. So if someone's been put on hospice, if someone really knows that it's their time to die is coming up, Spikenard can help with the transition. It can help us come to terms with our life experiences. It can help us come to peace with when we think about the people who have shared those life experiences with us. And it can help us look forward to, what's on the other side. So again, Spikenard, a great oil to use in times of transition from life to death. I would think too, Spikenard might be a very, very good oil when you have that transition time, that going into a completely new thing of leaving the pre-existence and coming into life. Spikenard essential oil. Okay, so I think that's everything. Oh, really quick. The negative emotions that Spikenard can help with is when we're feeling ungrateful, if we have the victim mentality, if we're angry, if we're greedy, selfish, or if we're expecting bad luck. If we're expecting bad luck, Spikenard can help. The positive properties Spikenard can help bring it back into us is being grateful, opening our eyes to our blessings, opening our eyes to how challenges are blessings, being content and being peaceful. So Spikenard is a great essential oil blend. Again, it's the oil of gratitude, and we are diffusing 2 drops of that along with our myrrh, the oil of mothering and nurturing, and wild orange, the oil of abundance. Our music that we're pairing with for today is I'm Loving Life by the Jive Aces and Breaking My Stride by Matthew Wilder. And the affirmation for today is I am focused on moving forward. And the affirmation for this week is everything is working out well for me. I know that everything can work out well for you. I know that God, whatever happens in our life, God can change that to all of our benefits. Okay, this is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils, Health Matters, living the wholesome life, saying I know you can make it a great day. Bye-bye.